4 companies: Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta. Committed $725 billion this year to AI infrastructure. That's up 77% from last year's record. While those announcements were being made, something else was happening. Close to half of the data centers planned for 2026 in the US were delayed or canceled. Not from lack of money or demand, from a shortage of electrical transformers, because of a grid that was built in the 1950s and communities that are now actively blocking construction. This isn't a story about AI hype. The demand is real. Google's cloud backlog alone hit $460 billion in Q1 of 2026. The companies spending this money have customers who are actually waiting. The story is about what happens when a technology scales faster than the physical world can accommodate it, and what that means for anyone building on their infrastructure, and realistically for all of us. I'll be referring to this as the infrastructure assumption. The idea that the current path is both necessary and sustainable. Right now, it's hitting 3 walls at the same time. Let's go through them. The first wall is power. A large AI-optimized data center can draw the electricity equivalent to a mid-sized city. The facilities currently under construction are expected to draw 20 times that, and a single AI query consumes up to 1,000 times more electricity than a basic web search. So even a modest increase in AI usage translates to a step change in grid load. In Virginia, data centers already consume 26% of the state's total electricity supply. PJM Interconnection, the grid operator serving 65 million people across 13 states, projects a 6 gigawatt shortfall by 2027. The gap between what's being demanded and what the grid can actually deliver are 2 entirely different things. The permitting process for new power plants and transmission lines takes over a decade. The AI build-out is moving on a 2 to 3 year timeline. The industry's response has been to route around the grid entirely. Hyperscalers are signing direct contracts with energy producers, locking up long-term power purchase agreements, and funding nuclear projects. The pipeline of conditional agreements between data center operators and small modular reactor projects doubled from 25 gigawatts to 45 gigawatts in the last year alone. That's a serious response. It's also a decades-long bet layered on top of another decades-long infrastructure bet, and it still doesn't solve the near-term issues. The second wall is the one nobody was talking about 2 years ago: electrical transformers. Not AI transformers. The 200-ton steel and copper transformers that step voltage up for transmission and back down for use. Every data center needs them. Every grid interconnection needs them. As of the second quarter 2025, lead times for standard power transformers averaged 128 weeks. For the larger generator step-up units, 144 weeks. Some orders are running to 4 years. For context, you can order an NVIDIA GPU cluster today and receive it in weeks. The electrical infrastructure required to power it won't arrive for 2.5 years at the earliest. Companies are commissioning the compute before they have the power to run it. The US makes about 20% of the power transformers it needs domestically. The remaining 80% is imported. China accounts for a large share, and the supply chain for grain-oriented electrical steel, which every transformer requires, runs through a single domestic facility, Cleveland Cliffs plant in Butler, Pennsylvania. Its expansion capacity won't come online until 2028. This is why close to half of the planned 2026 US data center builds are behind. It's not permitting, and it's not funding. It's the one missing component: a transformer, a switchgear unit, a battery bank. Stalls the entire project. You can't open a data center with 95% of the electrical infrastructure in place. In regards to this, satellite imagery, analyzed by SynMax in April 2026, found that major projects tied to Oracle and OpenAI in Texas, the ones that were announced with press releases and construction timelines, showed minimal development on the ground. The company denied delays, but the imagery tells a different story. Microsoft separately has canceled up to 2 gigawatts of data center projects, according to TD Cowen analysts, a combination of lease cancellations and deferrals across the US and Europe. The third wall is more political. A Gallup poll conducted in March 2026 found that 71% of Americans oppose the construction of AI data centers in their area. 48% said they strongly oppose it. For reference, only 53% of Americans oppose a nuclear plant nearby. That shift has consequences. The Wall Street Journal tracked at least 48 data center projects blocked or delayed by local opposition in 2025 alone. Total value, $156 billion installed projects. Seattle just voted in committee for a one-year moratorium on new data center construction. The full council vote is June 9th. Seattle, home of Microsoft, home of Amazon. The moratorium triggered 93,000 emails to City Hall in under a week. Maine's legislature passed a statewide moratorium, the first in the country, before the governor vetoed it to preserve one rural economic development project. She signed separate legislation removing data center incentives on the same day. Other jurisdictions, including Denver, a Texas county, and St. Charles, Missouri, are also moving in the same direction. Concerns driving this aren't abstract opposition to technology. There are utility bills, water, noise, and residents asking who agreed to this. The companies making these investments don't negotiate with communities bearing the cost. They negotiate with state governments, often with tax incentives flowing in the other direction. Texas put over $1 billion in subsidies towards data centers in 2025. Virginia put in $732 million in 2024. The communities downstream of those decisions are now pushing back with the tools they have, which are zoning boards, city councils, and state legislatures, and it's slowing things down. And this is an amazing thing to see. The large AI companies, the hyperscalers, are spending $725 billion on infrastructure this year because their customers are genuinely waiting. Google's cloud backlog is $460 billion. That's not manufactured demand. Those are enterprise contracts. The spending is rational given what these companies are seeing on the demand side. The problem is that the physical constraints, the grid, the supply chain, the community resistance, they don't care about demand signals. They operate on different timelines, different political economies, and different physics. Microsoft has had to publicly acknowledge that its net zero sustainability goals have become significantly harder to hit because of the energy demands of AI infrastructure. Its emissions have climbed 23% since those goals were announced. That's its own sustainability reports number. And there's a scientific argument running in parallel that deserves its own video. Yann LeCun, one of 3 Turing Award winners who built the foundations of modern AI, left Meta in late 2025, raised $1.3 billion, and is building world models that run on a single GPU. His models are not simply language models. These models are different. They build an internal map of how physical reality actually behaves, not just language patterns. He argues that true intelligence requires the ability of an AI to mentally simulate physics, cause and effect, gravity, and real-world interactions the way humans and animals do. His position is that scaling transformers is structurally limited, and no amount of infrastructure solves that problem. I'll do a dedicated video on his thesis. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. For now, $725 billion is being poured into one architectural approach, while one of the field's founders is betting on something that doesn't need a data center to run. These things are affecting everyone, even if you've never used AI. For builders, the physical constraints flow upstream to you. Power availability shapes where data centers get built. Grid limitations affect SLAs. Supply chain pressure affects pricing. If the cost structure of this infrastructure shifts, and it most certainly is, that lands on your API costs, your availability windows, and the economics of whatever you're building on top of it. The infrastructure assumption that this path is sustainable, that the grid will catch up, that communities will accept it, that the supply chain will clear, has not been stress tested against physical reality. The demand and the capital is real. The commitment is also very real. Simultaneously, close to half the planned builds are behind schedule. A 2.5-year transformer backlog is blocking projects that have already been funded, and 71% of Americans say they don't want this in their community. Remember that. If something's proposed in your area, you have a voice, use it. The question isn't whether AI infrastructure will get built, it will. The question is what the political and physical friction of building it actually costs, and who pays for it. Right now, that question's being answered by city councils in Seattle and zoning boards in Texas, not by anyone who made the original investment decision. I'm keeping my eyes on this story. There's a lot at stake here. From what I understand, there are 3 data centers proposed in my province of Alberta, Canada, North, Central, and South. I'm hoping they won't build all of them. So tell me in the comments, do you have a data center in your area? If you found out a data center was planned in your neighborhood, what would your position be? If you want vendor changes and infrastructure signals flagged before they hit your stack, subscribe. That's this video done. I will see you in the next one.